Get ready for a reality check. Is faith logical? Can science and belief really coexist? You are about to discover something that will turn your beliefs upside down. At the outset of our inquiry, we are faced with a question that has both perplexed and inspired the human mind throughout the ages. Is there a place for faith in a world increasingly defined by empirical evidence and scientific discovery? Can science, often seen as faith's adversary, truly walk hand in hand with belief? It seems counterintuitive, but the answer might surprise you. We will uncover how faith and science not only coexist, but complement each other in ways you never imagined. This video is not just an intellectual exercise. It is a profound journey to understand the truths that define our existence. Imagine the reward of finally comprehending the logic behind faith, seeing how science can support beliefs that once seemed impossible to justify. Quoting Pope John Paul II, "Faith and reason are like two wings on which the human spirit rises to the contemplation of truth." This suggests that, contrary to popular belief, faith and reason are not adversaries, but complementary forces that together elevate the human spirit towards truth. With this revolutionary perspective, we set out to explore the scientific basis of belief and the logical structures that support it. And stay until the end, as we will have a special prayer that will unite everything we've discussed, elevating our understanding to an even deeper level. Don't miss it. Our purpose in this exploration is clear. We aim to uncover the scientific foundations of belief, examining how the intricate dance between logic and faith weaves a cohesive understanding of our existence. Through this lens, we will seek to understand how these seemingly disparate elements can coalesce into a unified vision of truth. To achieve this, we will proceed methodically. We will begin by defining the concepts of faith and logic, establishing a common ground for our exploration. Next, we will review scientific studies that shed light on the nature of belief, drawing on insights from psychology, neuroscience, and other fields. Finally, we will explore the broader implications of these insights for our understanding of spirituality and religion, considering how they impact our worldview and daily lives. By the end of our journey, we hope to offer a nuanced perspective that acknowledges the value of both faith and logic, demonstrating how they can coexist and even enrich one another in our quest for truth. In embarking on our exploration of faith, we must first endeavor to understand its essence. Faith, in its most fundamental sense, is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. It is the act of placing trust in what lies beyond the immediate grasp of our senses, a leap into the unseen realms that reason alone cannot penetrate. Faith manifests itself in myriad forms across different contexts. It is the unwavering trust of a child in the embrace of a parent, the confidence of a friend in the loyalty of their companion, and the steadfast belief of a seeker in the truths of a divine reality. Each of these instances reflects a dimension of faith, revealing its multifaceted nature. In the realm of religion, faith is the cornerstone upon which the edifice of spiritual life is built. It is the conviction that anchors the soul in the face of life's uncertainties and tribulations. The Bible eloquently encapsulates this notion in Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This verse succinctly captures the essence of faith, portraying it as both a source of hope and a foundation of certainty. Faith, however, is not a blind or irrational leap into the unknown. Rather, it is an informed trust, grounded in experience, testimony, and the inner witness of the heart. It is a reasoned response to the glimpses of the divine that pervade our world, a recognition of a reality that transcends the empirical and the tangible. To further illustrate, consider the faith of Abraham, who left his homeland in obedience to a divine call, not knowing where it would lead. His faith was not a baseless presumption, but a trust in the character and promises of the one who called him. Similarly, the faith of the saints throughout history, from Augustine to Teresa of Avila, exemplifies a trust that is both deeply personal and profoundly transformative. In essence, Faith is the bridge that connects the finite human mind to the infinite reality of the divine. It is the assurance that, despite the limitations of our understanding and the imperfection of our vision, there is a greater truth that sustains and upholds all things. Through faith, we glimpse the divine purpose and order that underlies the chaos and uncertainty of our temporal existence, finding hope and strength to navigate the complexities of life. As we delve deeper into the interplay between faith and logic, let us keep in mind this rich and nuanced understanding of faith. It is not a mere sentiment or a vague hope, but a dynamic and living trust in the ultimate reality that calls us to transcend the confines of our immediate experience and embrace the fullness of truth. To understand the essence of logic, we must first consider its fundamental nature. Logic is the science of reasoning, a disciplined method by which we discern truth from falsehood. It is the rigorous process that governs the principles of valid inference, guiding our minds through the labyrinth of thought to arrive at sound conclusions. Logic operates through the structured framework of arguments, where premises are laid out with precision, leading inexorably to a conclusion. This process is akin to a mathematical equation, where each step must be meticulously verified, ensuring that the final outcome is unassailable. At its heart, logical reasoning is about coherence and consistency, demanding that our beliefs and assertions align with the principles of rationality. Consider the syllogism, a classic example of logical reasoning. All humans are mortal. Socrates is human. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. This simple yet profound structure exemplifies the power of logic to distill complex ideas into clear, undeniable truths. It is through such disciplined reasoning that we are able to navigate the complexities of thought, discerning what is true, what is false, and what lies in the murky in-between. The journey of logic through the annals of history is a testament to its enduring significance. Its roots can be traced back to the ancient philosophers, whose inquiries laid the foundation for this discipline. In the sunlit groves of ancient Greece, where the seeds of Western philosophy were first sown, figures like Plato and Aristotle pioneered the study of logic. Plato, with his dialectical method, sought to uncover the underlying forms of reality through reasoned dialogue. His student Aristotle further systematized these ideas, creating the first comprehensive framework of formal logic. Aristotle's Organon, a collection of works on logic, delineated the principles of syllogistic reasoning and established a foundation that would influence centuries of thought. As the centuries unfurled, logic found its champions among the medieval scholastics. Thomas Aquinas, for instance, sought to harmonize the insights of faith with the rigor of Aristotelian logic, crafting a synthesis that would resonate through the halls of theology and philosophy alike. In Aquinas' hands, logic became a tool to elucidate and defend the doctrines of faith, demonstrating that reason and belief were not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary paths to truth. The Enlightenment era witnessed a further refinement of logical thought. Philosophers like Immanuel Kant grappled with the limits and capabilities of human reason, probing the very nature of logic itself. Kant's critique of pure reason challenged and expanded the boundaries of logical inquiry, exploring how our minds structure experience and knowledge. In the modern era, logic has continued to evolve, intersecting with disciplines such as mathematics, computer science, and linguistics. The development of symbolic logic, pioneered by figures like George Boole and Gottlob Frege, has transformed the landscape of logical analysis, enabling a precision and clarity that was previously unimaginable. Today, logical reasoning underpins the algorithms that drive our digital age, demonstrating its enduring relevance and power. The study of logic is a journey through the very fabric of human thought. It is a discipline that demands clarity, precision, and rigor, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of truth. As we explore the intersection of faith and logic, let us remember the rich heritage of logical inquiry, drawing on its principles to illuminate our path and enrich our pursuit of wisdom. In the annals of ancient philosophy, the interplay between faith and reason has been a subject of profound contemplation and debate. The great thinkers of antiquity, such as Plato and Aristotle, ventured into the depths of these concepts, seeking to unravel the mysteries of existence and the divine. Plato, the illustrious disciple of Socrates, envisioned a world where the seen and the unseen were inextricably linked. His philosophy posited that beyond the ephemeral world perceived by our senses lay a realm of eternal forms or ideas, perfect and immutable. For Plato, true knowledge was the recollection of these forms, and faith played a pivotal role in guiding the soul towards this higher reality. In his allegory of the cave, he illustrated how the shadows on the wall, the reflections of the tangible world, were mere illusions compared to the brilliant truth awaiting those who would ascend into the light of reason and understanding. Faith, in this context, was the trust in the existence of these transcendent forms, an intuitive grasp of a reality beyond the immediate and the empirical. Aristotle, Plato's eminent student, diverged from his mentor in his approach to faith and reason. He grounded his philosophy more firmly in the empirical world, emphasizing observation and logical analysis. Yet, Aristotle did not dismiss the role of faith. He saw it as a precursor to reason, an initial assent to the trustworthiness of the senses and the coherence of the universe. His concept of the unmoved mover, the prime cause of all motion and change, required a form of intellectual faith. It was a rational belief in a first principle that, though not directly observable, was necessary to explain the continuity and order of the cosmos. In the works of these ancient philosophers, we witness an early attempt to harmonize faith and reason. Plato's idealism and Aristotle's empiricism, though distinct, both acknowledged the necessity of belief in the pursuit of knowledge. They recognized that faith, far from being a blind leap into the unknown, was an essential step in the journey toward understanding. As we move from the classical period to the medieval era, the dialogue between faith and reason takes on new dimensions. Medieval theologians and philosophers, inheritors of the ancient legacy, sought to reconcile the insights of Greek philosophy with the revelations of Christian theology. This synthesis would become a cornerstone of medieval thought, shaping the intellectual landscape for centuries to come. As we traverse the corridors of history, we find ourselves entering the medieval period, an era where faith and reason were not seen as adversaries, but as harmonious partners in the quest for truth. This was a time when the intellectual giants of theology and philosophy sought to weave the threads of divine revelation and human understanding into a coherent tapestry of wisdom. Among these towering figures, Thomas Aquinas stands as a luminous beacon, whose insights continue to illuminate the path of faith and reason. Thomas Aquinas, a Dominican friar and scholar, dedicated his life to the exploration of theological and philosophical truths. His magnum opus, the Summa Theologica, represents a monumental effort to articulate the harmony between faith and reason. Aquinas did not see these as mutually exclusive domains. Rather, he believed that reason could be employed to understand and explain the tenets of faith. Aquinas argued that faith and reason are both gifts from God, intended to lead humanity toward a fuller comprehension of the divine truth. Reason, according to Aquinas, is a natural faculty that enables us to discern the order and purpose embedded in creation. Through reason, we can arrive at certain truths about the world and about God, such as the existence of a first cause, or what Aquinas famously termed the unmoved mover. This concept, drawn from Aristotle, posits that all motion in the universe must ultimately be traced back to a prime initiator that itself remains unmoved, an idea that aligns with the Christian understanding of God as the Creator. However, Aquinas also recognized that reason has its limits. There are mysteries of faith, such as the Trinity, the Incarnation, and the Resurrection, that transcend the capabilities of human reason to fully comprehend. These truths are accessible only through divine revelation, yet they do not contradict reason. Rather, they surpass it. Faith, in Aquinas' view, complements reason by providing insights into these divine mysteries that reason alone cannot attain. To illustrate this harmony, Aquinas developed his famous 5 ways, or quinque viae, which are arguments for the existence of God that begin with observable phenomena in the natural world and move towards a metaphysical conclusion. These arguments exemplify how rational reflection on the world can lead to truths that resonate with and support the doctrines of faith. For instance, the argument from contingency observes that all things in the universe are contingent. They depend on something else for their existence. Therefore, there must be a necessary being, one that is not contingent upon anything else, which is the source of all contingent beings. This necessary being, Aquinas argues, is what we call God. Aquinas' synthesis of faith and reason provided a robust intellectual framework that has profoundly influenced Christian theology and Western thought. His work underscores the principle that reason and faith are not antagonistic forces, but are, in fact, complementary. Reason can lead us to the threshold of faith, preparing the mind to accept divine truths that are revealed by God. In turn, faith can illuminate and elevate reason, guiding it towards higher truths that it might otherwise overlook. This medieval harmony between faith and reason set the stage for subsequent developments in theology and philosophy. It demonstrated that the search for truth encompasses both the natural and the supernatural, the seen and the unseen. The legacy of thinkers like Thomas Aquinas reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge, whether through the lens of faith or the discipline of reason, ultimately leads us to the contemplation of the divine mystery. As we reflect on these insights, let us appreciate the profound wisdom embedded in the medieval synthesis of faith and reason. It invites us to approach our own quests for understanding with a spirit of openness, recognizing that truth is vast and multifaceted, and that both faith and reason are indispensable in our journey towards it. In the modern era, the relationship between faith and logic is often cast in terms of conflict. This perceived dichotomy has led to a number of misconceptions that we must carefully examine and dispel. The notion that faith and logic are mutually exclusive realms is a simplistic view that fails to appreciate the deeper interplay between these two dimensions of human understanding. One common misconception is that faith is inherently irrational, a blind leap into the void without the support of reason. This view, however, overlooks the rich intellectual tradition that has always sought to ground faith in rational reflection. Throughout history, many of the greatest thinkers have argued that faith and logic are not adversaries but allies in the search for truth. Consider the argument that faith is simply belief without evidence. This assertion misunderstands the nature of faith. Faith, in its true sense, is not a baseless or arbitrary belief, but is often supported by experience, testimony, and a rational assessment of the evidence available. Faith involves trust in what we have reason to believe is true, even if we cannot prove it with absolute certainty. It is a reasoned trust, much like the trust we place in the reliability of scientific theories or the integrity of a friend. Another misconception is that logic alone is sufficient to explain all aspects of human existence, rendering faith redundant. Logic and empirical science are powerful tools for understanding the physical world, but they have their limitations. There are aspects of human experience, such as moral values, aesthetic appreciation, and spiritual insights, that lie beyond the scope of purely logical analysis. Faith provides a framework for engaging with these dimensions, offering a way to understand and integrate them into our overall view of reality. The supposed conflict between faith and logic often arises from a misunderstanding of their respective domains. Logic is concerned with consistency, coherence, and the derivation of conclusions from premises. It operates within the bounds of what can be observed, measured, and analyzed. Faith, on the other hand, deals with the ultimate questions of meaning, purpose, and value. It addresses the transcendental dimensions of existence that logic alone cannot fully encompass. The complementary nature of faith and logic becomes evident when we recognize that they address different yet overlapping aspects of human experience. Logic helps us to think clearly and avoid contradictions, providing a solid foundation for our understanding of the world. Faith extends our vision beyond the immediate and the tangible, opening our minds to possibilities that transcend empirical verification. Historically, many thinkers have sought to integrate faith and logic, recognizing that both are necessary for a full understanding of reality. For instance, Augustine of Hippo argued that faith and reason are intertwined, with faith seeking understanding and reason illuminating the truths of faith. He famously stated, "I believe in order to understand, and I understand the better to believe." This dynamic relationship underscores the idea that faith and logic are not mutually exclusive, but are mutually enriching. Similarly, Blaise Pascal, a mathematician and philosopher, acknowledged the limits of reason while also affirming the necessity of faith. He proposed the famous Pascal's wager, which suggests that belief in God is a rational choice, given the potential eternal benefits and the limited downside. Pascal's approach highlights how reason can lead to a rational basis for faith, even when empirical evidence is insufficient. In our exploration of faith and logic, it is crucial to move beyond the simplistic dichotomy and appreciate the depth and complexity of their interaction. Faith, informed by reason, becomes a robust and resilient trust that can withstand the challenges of doubt and uncertainty. Logic, illuminated by faith, gains a broader perspective that allows it to address the ultimate questions of existence. By embracing both faith and logic, we can cultivate a more holistic understanding of the world and our place within it. This integrated approach enables us to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and insight, drawing on the strengths of both reason and belief. In this way, we discover that faith and logic are not adversaries but are, indeed, complementary wings that lift the human spirit towards the contemplation of truth. In the grand tapestry of human understanding, faith and logic are often viewed as disparate threads, each seemingly pulling in opposite directions. Yet, upon closer examination, we find that these threads are not in opposition, but are woven together to form a more complete and harmonious picture of truth. To understand how faith and logic complement each other, we must first appreciate their distinct roles and recognize the synergistic relationship they share. Logic, with its rigorous principles and structured methodology, is the bedrock of rational inquiry. It provides us with tools to analyze, deduce, and derive conclusions based on observable evidence and reasoned argumentation. Logic seeks clarity, consistency, and coherence, helping us navigate the complexities of the empirical world. It demands that our beliefs and assertions be grounded in evidence, scrutinized through the lens of critical thinking. Faith, on the other hand, transcends the immediate confines of empirical evidence. It reaches beyond what can be seen and measured, embracing truths that are apprehended through spiritual insight and inner conviction. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. It is a trust in the reality of the divine, the acceptance of truths revealed through sacred texts, personal experiences, and the inner workings of the human heart. To perceive faith and logic as mutually exclusive is to misunderstand their respective purposes. Instead, they function as two wings on which the human spirit ascends to the contemplation of truth, as eloquently expressed by Pope John Paul II. Logic alone, while powerful, is limited to the material and the measurable. It can tell us how the world works, but often falls short in addressing why the world is the way it is, or what ultimate purpose it serves. Faith, informed by spiritual intuition and divine revelation, fills this gap by offering answers to the profound questions of meaning, purpose, and ultimate reality. Consider the pursuit of scientific knowledge. The scientific method, grounded in logic, allows us to explore the natural world, uncovering the laws and principles that govern it. Through observation, experimentation, and analysis, we gain a deeper understanding of the universe's workings. However, the awe and wonder that scientific discovery evokes often lead us to questions that transcend empirical investigation. Why does the universe exist? What is the purpose of life? These are questions that science, with its logical constraints, may not fully address. Here, faith steps in, providing a broader context within which the findings of science can be situated and understood. A harmonious interplay between faith and logic can be seen in the lives of many great thinkers and scientists who have navigated both realms with grace. Albert Einstein, for instance, marveled at the order and intelligibility of the universe, which he saw as a reflection of a higher, though not necessarily religious, order. His famous statement, "Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind," encapsulates the idea that both faith and logic are necessary for a complete understanding of reality. Similarly, Francis Collins, a renowned geneticist and the director of the Human Genome Project, speaks of the profound sense of wonder and spiritual insight that his scientific work has inspired. For Collins, the intricate complexity of the genetic code is not just a marvel of biology, but also a testament to a divine creator. His journey illustrates how scientific inquiry and spiritual faith can complement and enrich one another. The complementary nature of faith and logic also finds expression in the ethical and moral realms. Logic helps us to formulate ethical principles and frameworks based on reasoned argumentation and empirical evidence. It guides us in making decisions that are consistent, fair, and just. Faith, meanwhile, provides the moral compass that directs our actions towards higher values and ultimate purposes. It inspires compassion, empathy, and a sense of responsibility towards others that logic alone may not fully engender. Faith and logic, far from being adversaries, are partners in the grand quest for truth. Logic grounds us in the tangible and the knowable, while faith elevates our vision to the transcendent and the ultimate. Together, they form a holistic approach to understanding reality, each enhancing and complementing the other. By embracing both, we open ourselves to a fuller, richer, and more profound apprehension of the world and our place within it. In the pursuit of truth, let us therefore value both the clarity of logic and the depth of faith, recognizing that together, they lift the human spirit towards the contemplation of the divine mystery. In our journey to understand the intricate interplay between faith and science, we must delve into the realm of cognitive science, a field dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the human mind. Cognitive science, at its core, seeks to comprehend how we think, learn, remember, and believe. It is through this lens that we explore the psychology of belief, particularly the cognitive processes that underpin faith. Belief, as studied by cognitive scientists, is not merely an abstract or ethereal phenomenon. It is a cognitive state that influences our perceptions, emotions, and behaviors. The mind, a complex and wondrous organ, constructs beliefs based on a myriad of inputs, including sensory information, memory, reasoning, and social interaction. To grasp the scientific basis of faith, we must first understand how the mind processes these inputs to form beliefs. One of the primary ways cognitive science examines belief is through the study of mental frameworks known as schemas. Schemas are cognitive structures that help us organize and interpret information. They allow us to make sense of the world by providing a framework within which we can categorize our experiences and knowledge. When it comes to faith, religious schemas provide a context for interpreting spiritual experiences, sacred texts, and religious rituals. These schemas are shaped by cultural, social, and personal influences, guiding individuals in their understanding and practice of their faith. Another crucial aspect of belief formation is the role of cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from norm or rationality in judgment. They can influence how we perceive information and make decisions. For instance, the confirmation bias leads individuals to favor information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs while discounting evidence that contradicts them. In the context of faith, confirmation bias can reinforce religious beliefs by focusing on experiences and evidence that align with one's faith while ignoring or rationalizing contrary information. Cognitive dissonance theory also provides insight into the psychology of belief. Cognitive dissonance occurs when there is a conflict between two or more cognitions, e.g., beliefs, attitudes, behaviors. This conflict creates psychological discomfort, leading individuals to seek ways to reduce the dissonance. In the realm of faith, cognitive dissonance might arise when an individual encounters evidence that challenges their religious beliefs. To resolve this dissonance, they might reinterpret the evidence, adjust their beliefs, or increase their commitment to their faith. Cognitive science also explores the neurological basis of belief through the study of brain activity. Neuroimaging techniques, such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, allow scientists to observe the brain in action. Research has shown that certain areas of the brain, such as the prefrontal cortex, are involved in higher-order cognitive functions, including belief formation and moral reasoning. Studies have found that religious and spiritual experiences activate regions of the brain associated with emotions, self-referential thinking, and social cognition, suggesting that faith is deeply intertwined with our neural architecture. The concept of theory of mind is another significant cognitive mechanism relevant to belief and faith. Theory of mind refers to the ability to attribute mental states, beliefs, intents, desires, knowledge to oneself and others. It allows us to understand that others have beliefs and perspectives that may differ from our own. This cognitive ability is essential for empathy, moral reasoning, and social interaction, all of which are integral to religious practices and community life. Moreover, cognitive science investigates how upbringing and cultural context shape religious beliefs. From an early age, individuals are exposed to the beliefs and practices of their community. These early experiences are internalized and become part of their cognitive framework. Social learning theory posits that people learn behaviors, norms, and values through observation, imitation, and modeling. In religious contexts, this means that the faith of parents, teachers, and peers significantly influences the development of an individual's beliefs. The interdisciplinary nature of cognitive science, drawing on psychology, neuroscience, anthropology, and philosophy, provides a comprehensive approach to understanding belief and faith. By examining how the mind constructs and maintains beliefs, cognitive science offers valuable insights into the nature of faith, its origins, and its impact on human life. Cognitive science reveals that faith, far from being an irrational leap into the unknown, is deeply rooted in the cognitive processes that govern our understanding of the world. It is a dynamic interplay of mental frameworks, cognitive biases, neurological activity, and social influences. As we continue to explore the intersection of faith and science, cognitive science provides a crucial perspective, illuminating how our minds navigate the complex terrain of belief and spirituality. In our quest to unravel the mysteries of faith through the lens of science, we must venture into the realm of neuroscience, where the very fabric of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs is woven. The brain, an intricate and astonishing organ, serves as the seat of our consciousness and the conduit through which we experience the divine. It is here, within the delicate neural architecture, that religious experiences and beliefs take form and flourish. Neuroscience, the study of the nervous system and the brain, provides profound insights into how we process and experience faith. Through advanced imaging techniques, such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and positron emission tomography, PET, scientists can observe the brain in action, revealing the neural correlates of religious experiences. These studies illuminate how certain areas of the brain are engaged during moments of spiritual reflection, prayer, and worship, offering a glimpse into the biological underpinnings of faith. One of the key areas implicated in religious experiences is the prefrontal cortex, particularly the medial prefrontal cortex, MPFC. This region is associated with higher-order cognitive functions, including self-referential thinking, moral reasoning, and decision-making. During religious practices, such as prayer or meditation, the MPFC shows increased activity, suggesting that these activities engage our capacity for introspection, ethical deliberation, and the contemplation of existential questions. Another crucial region is the parietal lobe, especially the posterior superior parietal lobule, PSPL. This area is involved in spatial orientation and the perception of the self in relation to the environment. During intense spiritual experiences, activity in the PSPL often decreases, which may contribute to feelings of transcendence and unity with a higher power. This reduced activity can result in a diminished sense of self-boundaries, fostering a sense of oneness with the divine or the universe. The temporal lobes, particularly the right temporal lobe, also play a significant role in religious experiences. The temporal lobes are associated with the processing of sensory input, memory, and emotion. Some studies have found that stimulation of the right temporal lobe can induce mystical experiences characterized by profound feelings of connection to something greater than oneself. These findings suggest that the temporal lobes may be integral to the experiential and emotional aspects of faith. Furthermore, the limbic system, which includes structures such as the amygdala and hippocampus, is deeply involved in the emotional processing of religious experiences. The amygdala, known for its role in processing emotions, including fear and pleasure, is activated during religious rituals, contributing to the emotional intensity and significance of these experiences. The hippocampus, associated with memory formation, helps encode and retrieve religious memories, allowing individuals to draw upon their spiritual experiences in times of need. Neuroscientific research also explores the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This adaptability is evident in how sustained religious practices, such as meditation and prayer, can lead to long-lasting changes in brain structure and function. Studies have shown that regular meditation can increase the thickness of the prefrontal cortex and enhance connectivity between brain regions involved in attention, compassion, and emotional regulation. These changes may underlie the benefits associated with religious practices, such as improved mental well-being, increased empathy, and a heightened sense of purpose. Moreover, the interplay between neurotransmitters and religious experiences is a burgeoning area of research. Neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers, play a crucial role in mood regulation, perception, and cognition. For instance, serotonin, often associated with feelings of well-being and happiness, is believed to contribute to the sense of peace and contentment experienced during spiritual practices. Similarly, dopamine, linked to reward and pleasure, may be involved in the euphoric aspects of religious experiences. While neuroscience provides valuable insights into the biological basis of faith, it is essential to recognize that these findings do not diminish the profound and transcendent nature of religious experiences. Rather, they offer a deeper understanding of how our brains are wired to engage with the divine, reflecting the intricate interplay between our biology and our spirituality. The brain's capacity to experience and process faith is a testament to the profound connection between the physical and the metaphysical, the material and the spiritual. The neuroscience of faith reveals that our religious experiences and beliefs are deeply rooted in the neural fabric of our being. Through the dynamic interplay of brain regions, neurotransmitters, and neural pathways, we are capable of experiencing the divine, contemplating existential truths, and finding meaning and purpose in our lives. This understanding enriches our appreciation of faith, highlighting the wondrous complexity of the human mind and its capacity for spiritual transcendence. As we continue to explore the intersection of faith and science, let us marvel at the intricate design of our brains, which enables us to reach out beyond ourselves and touch the infinite. Studies on prayer and healing. Research findings on the effects of prayer and faith on physical and mental health. In our quest to understand the scientific basis of belief, we turn now to the empirical evidence that explores the effects of prayer and faith on physical and mental health. It is a fascinating domain where the realms of spirituality and science converge, revealing insights that challenge our understanding and deepen our appreciation of the human experience. Prayer, an ancient practice that spans cultures and religions, has long been a source of comfort, hope, and connection to the divine. In recent years, scientists have sought to investigate its tangible effects, employing rigorous methodologies to ascertain whether prayer can influence health outcomes. These studies often involve both intercessory prayer, where one prays on behalf of another, and personal prayer, where individuals pray for themselves. One of the seminal studies in this field is the 2006 STEP, Study of the Therapeutic Effects of Intercessory Prayer project, which aimed to assess the impact of intercessory prayer on patients undergoing coronary artery bypass surgery. The study involved 3 groups. One group was prayed for without being informed, another group was prayed for and informed, and a control group received no prayers. The results were intriguing. While the study found no significant difference in recovery rates between those who were prayed for and those who were not, it did highlight a paradoxical increase in complications among patients who knew they were being prayed for. This raised questions about the psychological and physiological interactions at play, suggesting that the awareness of being prayed for might induce performance anxiety or expectations that could affect health outcomes. Despite mixed results in individual studies, a meta-analysis of multiple studies provides a broader perspective. In 2007, a meta-analysis published in the Annals of Behavioral Medicine examined 17 studies on intercessory prayer. The analysis concluded that there is a small but significant positive effect of prayer on health outcomes. This suggests that while the impact of prayer may not be dramatic, it is nonetheless present and measurable, warranting further investigation into the mechanisms behind this effect. Another area of interest is the relationship between faith and mental health. Numerous studies have shown that individuals who engage in regular religious practices, including prayer, tend to report higher levels of psychological well-being. For instance, a 2015 study published in the Journal of Religion and Health found that regular prayer was associated with lower levels of depression and anxiety among participants. This correlation is often attributed to the social support, sense of community, and positive coping mechanisms that faith-based practices provide. Furthermore, the placebo effect, a well-documented phenomenon in medical science, might offer insights into the power of prayer and faith. The placebo effect occurs when patients experience real improvements in their health after receiving a treatment that has no therapeutic value, simply because they believe it will work. This underscores the profound influence of belief and expectation on physical health. Prayer, by fostering a sense of hope and trust in a higher power, might activate similar psychological and physiological pathways that contribute to healing. Additionally, neuroscientific studies have shed light on the brain's response to prayer and meditation, revealing changes in brain activity associated with these practices. For example, research conducted by Dr. Andrew Newberg, a pioneer in the field of neurotheology, has demonstrated that prayer and meditation can alter brain function, enhancing areas involved in emotional regulation, empathy, and cognitive processing. These changes suggest that prayer might not only affect mental states, but also influence physical health by promoting relaxation, reducing stress, and improving emotional well-being. Faith and its practices, including prayer, often foster a sense of purpose and meaning in life, which are crucial factors for mental health. Viktor Frankl, a renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, emphasized the importance of finding meaning as a key to psychological resilience. In his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl argues that individuals who perceive their lives as meaningful are better equipped to cope with suffering and adversity. Prayer, as an expression of faith, can thus be seen as a conduit for experiencing and reinforcing a sense of purpose, contributing to overall mental health and resilience. It is also worth considering the broader societal implications of faith and prayer. Religious communities often provide networks of support and care that can significantly impact individuals' health. Social support, whether through communal worship, religious counseling, or mutual aid, has been shown to buffer against the negative effects of stress and illness. This communal aspect of faith underscores the importance of relational and social dimensions in the healing process. The empirical evidence on prayer and healing presents a complex and multifaceted picture. While individual studies may yield mixed results, the cumulative research suggests that prayer and faith can have positive effects on physical and mental health. These benefits are likely mediated through a combination of psychological, physiological, and social mechanisms. As we continue to explore the intersection of faith and science, it is essential to approach these findings with an open mind, recognizing the profound interplay between belief, expectation, and well-being. The quest for understanding the power of prayer and faith is not merely an academic endeavor, but a journey into the very heart of what it means to be human, seeking connection, meaning, and healing in a world that often defies our understanding. Belief and well-being: examination of studies linking religious belief to overall well-being and happiness. In our endeavor to explore the intricate relationship between faith and logic, we must turn our attention to the wealth of empirical evidence that examines the impact of religious belief on well-being and happiness. It is a realm where the empirical and the experiential converge, offering insights that transcend the boundaries of traditional scientific inquiry. The relationship between religious belief and well-being has been a subject of considerable interest among psychologists and sociologists. Numerous studies have sought to determine whether faith contributes to an individual's sense of happiness and overall well-being. These studies, employing a variety of methodologies and examining diverse populations, have consistently found that religious belief is positively associated with several dimensions of well-being. One of the key findings in this area is that individuals who engage in regular religious practices tend to report higher levels of subjective well-being. Subjective well-being encompasses various aspects of an individual's overall happiness and life satisfaction. A comprehensive study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that regular attendance at religious services, personal prayer, and other spiritual practices were associated with higher levels of life satisfaction and emotional well-being. This correlation is often attributed to the multifaceted benefits that religious involvement provides, including social support, a sense of community, and existential meaning. Social support is a significant factor in the relationship between religious belief and well-being. Religious communities often provide a robust network of social connections, offering emotional support, companionship, and practical assistance in times of need. This social integration fosters a sense of belonging and reduces feelings of isolation, which are crucial components of psychological health. For instance, studies have shown that individuals who participate in religious groups are less likely to experience loneliness and more likely to have stronger social ties compared to their non-religious counterparts. Moreover, religious belief can enhance coping mechanisms, providing individuals with a framework for understanding and managing life's challenges. Faith often encourages a positive outlook on life, promoting resilience in the face of adversity. The concept of divine providence, or the belief that a higher power has a plan for one's life, can offer comfort and reassurance during difficult times. Research has demonstrated that people who rely on their faith to cope with stress and trauma tend to have better mental health outcomes than those who do not. The sense of meaning and purpose derived from religious belief also plays a pivotal role in well-being. Viktor Frankl, in his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning, posits that finding purpose in life is essential for psychological resilience and happiness. Religious beliefs often provide a framework for understanding one's place in the world and the significance of one's actions. This existential meaning can lead to greater life satisfaction and a sense of fulfillment. Studies have confirmed that individuals who perceive their lives as meaningful are more likely to report higher levels of well-being and happiness. Additionally, the practice of gratitude, which is emphasized in many religious traditions, has been linked to enhanced well-being. Gratitude encourages individuals to recognize and appreciate the positive aspects of their lives, fostering a sense of contentment and joy. Research has shown that practicing gratitude can lead to numerous psychological benefits, including reduced stress, improved mood, and increased overall happiness. Religious practices, such as prayer and reflection, often incorporate expressions of gratitude, thereby contributing to the overall well-being of believers. Another aspect of well-being influenced by religious belief is physical health. A meta-analysis of studies published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that religious involvement is associated with lower rates of mortality and morbidity. The health benefits of religious belief are thought to result from a combination of factors, including healthier lifestyles, stronger social support, and better stress management. For example, many religious traditions advocate for behaviors that promote physical health, such as abstaining from harmful substances, maintaining a balanced diet, and engaging in regular physical activity. Moreover, the meditative and contemplative aspects of religious practice can have direct physiological benefits. Practices such as prayer, meditation, and mindfulness, which are integral to many religious traditions, have been shown to reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve cardiovascular health. These practices promote relaxation and mental clarity, contributing to overall physical and mental well-being. It is important to acknowledge that the relationship between religious belief and well-being is complex and influenced by various factors, including cultural context, personal disposition, and the nature of one's religious involvement. While the majority of studies suggest a positive correlation, there are also instances where religious belief can contribute to distress, particularly in contexts where it is associated with guilt, fear, or social ostracism. Therefore, it is essential to approach this subject with a nuanced understanding, recognizing the diverse ways in which faith can impact individuals' lives. The empirical evidence linking religious belief to well-being and happiness offers compelling insights into the positive role that faith can play in human life. Through social support, coping mechanisms, existential meaning, and healthy practices, religious belief contributes to a richer, more fulfilling existence. As we continue to explore the intersection of faith and science, these findings invite us to appreciate the profound interplay between our spiritual and empirical pursuits, underscoring the holistic nature of human well-being. Faith and evolution. How evolutionary biology explains the development of religious belief in humans. In our exploration of the intersection between faith and science, we find ourselves at a fascinating juncture where evolutionary biology provides insights into the origins and development of religious belief. The question of why humans are inclined towards faith has intrigued scholars for centuries. Through the lens of evolutionary biology, we can begin to understand how religious belief might have evolved as an adaptive trait, contributing to the survival and flourishing of our species. Evolutionary biology posits that many aspects of human behavior, including religious belief, have developed through natural selection. This perspective suggests that traits which enhance an individual's or a group's chances of survival and reproduction are more likely to be passed down through generations. Religion, with its myriad forms and expressions, may have conferred significant adaptive advantages to early human societies. One prominent theory is that religious belief promotes social cohesion and cooperation. In the harsh environments of our ancestors, group survival often depended on the ability to work together and support one another. Shared religious beliefs and rituals could have fostered a strong sense of community, creating bonds of trust and mutual obligation among members. These social bonds would have been crucial for collective tasks, such as hunting, gathering, and defense against predators or rival groups. By encouraging pro-social behavior and reducing internal conflict, religion could have enhanced group stability and success. Further supporting this theory is the concept of costly signaling. Costly signaling theory suggests that individuals engage in behaviors that are costly to themselves, but signal their commitment to the group. Religious practices, such as fasting, pilgrimage, or communal rituals, often require significant time, effort, and resources. By participating in these activities, individuals demonstrate their dedication to the group's beliefs and values, thereby strengthening group identity and cohesion. This public display of faith serves as a credible signal of loyalty and trustworthiness, fostering cooperation and solidarity within the group. Another evolutionary perspective on religious belief involves its role in coping with existential anxieties and uncertainties. Human beings possess a unique awareness of mortality and the unpredictability of life. This awareness can lead to existential anxiety and fear, which, if left unchecked, could be detrimental to psychological well-being and social stability. Religion often provides explanations for life's mysteries and assurances about the afterlife, offering comfort and reducing anxiety. By addressing these fundamental concerns, religious belief can enhance mental health and resilience, contributing to the overall well-being of individuals and communities. Moreover, religious belief and practices can play a significant role in health and healing, which has adaptive implications. Many religions promote behaviors that are beneficial to health, such as dietary restrictions, prohibitions against harmful substances, and practices that encourage hygiene. Additionally, the social support inherent in religious communities can provide care and assistance during illness or hardship, improving survival rates. The psychological benefits of prayer and meditation, which are common in many religious traditions, can also promote stress relief and emotional stability, further enhancing individual and group fitness. Cognitive science offers additional insights into the evolution of religious belief, suggesting that certain cognitive mechanisms may predispose humans to faith. For instance, the theory of mind, which enables us to attribute mental states to others, also allows us to conceive of supernatural agents. This cognitive ability could explain why humans are inclined to believe in gods, spirits, and other invisible entities. Additionally, the human brain's propensity for pattern recognition and causal reasoning can lead to the perception of intentionality and purpose in natural events, reinforcing religious beliefs. One intriguing hypothesis is that religion may have evolved as a byproduct of other cognitive functions. Known as the byproduct hypothesis, this theory suggests that religious beliefs emerge from the normal functioning of the human brain, which is predisposed to seek patterns, infer intentions, and imagine unseen agents. These cognitive tendencies, while beneficial for survival in various contexts, can also give rise to religious thought and experiences. The role of cultural evolution in shaping religious belief is also significant. Cultural evolution refers to the transmission of knowledge, behaviors, and beliefs across generations through learning and imitation. Unlike genetic evolution, which operates through biological inheritance, cultural evolution allows for rapid and flexible adaptation to changing environments. Religions, as complex cultural systems, can evolve and diversify, spreading through populations and adapting to different social and ecological contexts. This cultural transmission ensures the persistence and proliferation of religious beliefs, even in the face of environmental changes and challenges. Evolutionary biology provides a compelling framework for understanding the development of religious belief in humans. By examining the adaptive advantages of social cohesion, coping mechanisms, health practices, and cognitive predispositions, we gain a deeper appreciation of how faith may have evolved to support the survival and flourishing of our species. This interdisciplinary approach enriches our exploration of faith, revealing the profound interplay between our biological heritage and our spiritual aspirations. As we continue to investigate the origins and implications of religious belief, let us recognize the intricate tapestry of evolution and culture that shapes our understanding of the divine. Physics and cosmology. Discussions on how modern physics and cosmology intersect with concepts of a higher power or divine creation. In our exploration of the intersection between faith and science, we now turn to the grand tapestry of the cosmos, as revealed through the lenses of modern physics and cosmology. These fields of study, while grounded in the empirical and the measurable, often lead us to questions that touch upon the very nature of existence and the possibility of a higher power or divine creation. Modern physics, particularly in the realms of quantum mechanics and relativity, has fundamentally transformed our understanding of the universe. At the subatomic level, the world behaves in ways that are profoundly counterintuitive. Particles exist in states of probability rather than certainty, and the act of observation itself seems to influence the state of what is being observed. This phenomenon, known as the observer effect, suggests a profound interconnectedness between the observer and the observed, echoing ancient philosophical and theological musings about the nature of reality and consciousness. Quantum entanglement further deepens this mystery. When particles become entangled, their states are linked in such a way that the state of one particle instantaneously affects the state of another, regardless of the distance separating them. This spooky action at a distance, as Albert Einstein famously described it, challenges our conventional notions of space and time. For some, it hints at a deeper, underlying order to the universe, an interconnectedness that might be seen as reflective of a divine design. The theory of relativity, both special and general, has revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and gravity. Special relativity reveals that time is not a constant, but varies depending on the relative speed of objects. General relativity, with its elegant description of gravity as the curvature of space-time caused by mass, has provided a framework for understanding cosmic phenomena, such as black holes and the expansion of the universe. The realization that space and time are part of a dynamic, interwoven fabric challenges us to rethink the nature of reality and our place within it. Cosmology, the study of the universe as a whole, offers a narrative of creation that is both awe-inspiring and humbling. The Big Bang theory posits that the universe began as an infinitely dense point, which then expanded and evolved over billions of years into the cosmos we observe today. This narrative of a beginning, where space and time themselves emerge from a singularity, bears a striking resemblance to theological accounts of creation ex nihilo, creation out of nothing. The fine-tuning of the universe presents another intriguing intersection between cosmology and the concept of a higher power. Many physical constants and quantities, such as the strength of gravitational and electromagnetic forces, the mass of elementary particles, and the cosmological constant, are precisely calibrated to allow for the existence of life. Even slight deviations in these values would render the universe inhospitable to life as we know it. This fine-tuning has led some scientists and philosophers to propose the anthropic principle, which suggests that the universe must have properties that allow life to develop at some stage of its history. For many, this precise calibration appears to point towards the existence of an intelligent designer. The multiverse theory, which posits that our universe is just one of an immense number of universes, each with its own set of physical laws and constants, offers an alternative explanation. In an infinite multiverse, it is argued, it is not surprising that at least one universe has the right conditions for life. However, this theory, while mathematically plausible, remains speculative and untestable, leaving room for both scientific and theological interpretations. Stephen Hawking, one of the most renowned cosmologists, famously stated that understanding the universe's origin through the laws of physics could allow us to know the mind of God. While Hawking himself did not believe in a personal deity, his statement underscores the profound philosophical and theological implications of cosmological discoveries. The quest to understand the universe's origin, its fundamental laws, and its ultimate fate inevitably leads us to ponder questions that transcend the material realm. Additionally, the mystery of dark matter and dark energy, which together constitute about 95% of the universe's total mass energy content, yet remain undetectable except through their gravitational effects, invites further contemplation. These unseen forces shape the cosmos in ways that are still beyond our full comprehension, reminding us of the vastness of what we do not yet know, and the potential for deeper realities beyond our current scientific grasp. The intersection of physics, cosmology, and faith is not about finding definitive answers, but about embracing the wonder and mystery of the universe. It is about recognizing that the pursuit of scientific knowledge and the search for spiritual understanding are complementary quests that enrich our appreciation of existence. As we gaze at the stars and delve into the subatomic world, we are reminded of the profound interconnectedness of all things and the possibility of a higher order a divine creator, or an ultimate purpose that transcends our finite understanding. The dialogue between modern physics, cosmology, and concepts of a higher power invites us to explore the universe with both the rigor of science and the openness of faith. It challenges us to expand our horizons, to seek truth in both the measurable and the immeasurable, and to marvel at the grandeur of creation in all its complexity and beauty. As we continue this exploration, let us embrace the spirit of inquiry and wonder that drives both science and faith, recognizing that together they lift our spirits toward the contemplation of the ultimate mysteries of existence. Galileo and the Church. Case study on the conflict and resolution between Galileo's scientific discoveries and religious doctrine. The story of Galileo Galilei is one of the most compelling and instructive episodes in the history of the relationship between science and faith. It is a tale of conflict, misunderstanding, and ultimately a testament to the enduring quest for truth. Galileo, often hailed as the father of modern observational astronomy, found himself at odds with the Church, an institution deeply intertwined with the fabric of European society and thought. This case study sheds light on the complexities of the interaction between scientific discovery and religious doctrine, illustrating both the tensions and the possibilities for reconciliation. Galileo's conflict with the Church centered around his support for the heliocentric model of the universe, initially proposed by Copernicus. This model posited that the Earth and other planets revolved around the Sun, a radical departure from the geocentric model, which placed the Earth at the center of the universe. The geocentric view was widely accepted, not only because it aligned with common sense and observational expectations, but also because it seemed to be supported by Scripture, as interpreted by the Church. Galileo's observations through his telescope provided compelling evidence for the heliocentric model. He observed the phases of Venus, the moons orbiting Jupiter, and the detailed features of the moon's surface, all of which supported the idea that not everything orbited the Earth. These discoveries were groundbreaking, yet they also posed a direct challenge to the established cosmological views endorsed by the Church. The initial response of the Church to Galileo's findings was not entirely hostile. Indeed, some within the Church were open to the new ideas and saw no fundamental conflict between the heliocentric model and Christian doctrine. However, the broader institutional response grew increasingly defensive as the implications of Galileo's work became more apparent. The Church, concerned with maintaining doctrinal authority and social order, viewed the heliocentric theory as a potential threat to its interpretative monopoly on the Scriptures. In 1616, the Roman Catholic Church issued a decree stating that the heliocentric model was formally heretical because it appeared to contradict the Scriptures. Galileo was admonished to abandon his support for the theory. Despite this, he continued his work and in 1632 published Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems, which defended the heliocentric model and critiqued the geocentric model. This publication led to Galileo's trial by the Inquisition in 1633. Galileo was found vehemently suspect of heresy, forced to recant his views, and sentenced to house arrest for the remainder of his life. The Church's actions were driven by a combination of theological, political, and social factors. They feared that accepting Galileo's views would undermine the Church's authority and the established order. However, this conflict was not merely a confrontation between dogmatic faith and enlightened science. It was also a profound dialogue about the interpretation of Scripture and the nature of knowledge. Galileo himself was a devout Catholic, and he argued that the Bible was not meant to teach science, but to guide spiritual and moral life. He believed that scientific discoveries revealed the mechanisms of God's creation and that reason and faith could coexist harmoniously. The resolution of this conflict came slowly. It was not until centuries later that the Church formally acknowledged its error in condemning Galileo. In 1992, Pope John Paul II issued a declaration acknowledging the Church's mistake and the validity of Galileo's work. This act of reconciliation was a significant step towards healing the rift between science and religion that had been symbolized by Galileo's trial. The Galileo affair highlights several key lessons for the relationship between faith and science. Firstly, it underscores the importance of humility and openness in the pursuit of truth. Both scientists and religious authorities must recognize the limits of their understanding and remain open to new insights. Secondly, it demonstrates that conflicts often arise not from the core tenets of faith or the fundamental principles of science, but from the interpretations and applications of these beliefs in specific historical and cultural contexts. Moreover, the Galileo case illustrates the potential for dialogue and reconciliation. Despite the initial conflict, the eventual acknowledgement of Galileo's contributions by the Church shows that faith and science can find common ground. Both domains seek to understand the truth, albeit through different methodologies and perspectives. By fostering respectful dialogue and mutual respect, it is possible to integrate scientific discoveries with religious beliefs in a way that enriches both. The story of Galileo and the Church is a poignant reminder of the challenges and possibilities inherent in the relationship between science and faith. It calls for a spirit of inquiry that embraces both reason and belief, recognizing that truth is a multifaceted and dynamic pursuit. As we continue to explore the interplay between faith and science, let us draw inspiration from Galileo's unwavering quest for knowledge and the eventual reconciliation that honors the contributions of both domains to our understanding of the universe. The Big Bang Theory. Exploration of how the Big Bang Theory aligns with and challenges traditional religious narratives of creation. In our journey to explore the intersection of faith and science, we arrive at a pivotal concept in modern cosmology, the Big Bang Theory. This scientific model, which describes the origin and evolution of the universe, has profound implications for traditional religious narratives of creation. As we delve into this topic, we will examine how the Big Bang Theory aligns with and challenges these ancient stories, and how it invites us to rethink the relationship between science and faith. The Big Bang Theory posits that the universe began as an incredibly hot and dense point approximately 13.8 billion years ago. From this singularity, the universe has been expanding and cooling, leading to the formation of galaxies, stars, and planets. This idea is supported by a wealth of observational evidence, including the cosmic microwave background radiation, the abundance of light elements, and the redshift of galaxies, which all point to an expanding universe. For many religious traditions, the idea of a beginning resonates deeply with the notion of a divine creation. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, the opening words of Genesis state, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." This declaration aligns with the Big Bang Theory's assertion that the universe had a specific inception point. The idea that the universe is not eternal but had a definite start is a profound common ground where science and faith can meet. The Big Bang Theory also echoes the creation narratives found in other religious texts. In Hindu cosmology, for example, the universe is described as going through cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction, a dynamic process that resonates with the concept of an expanding and evolving cosmos. Similarly, in Islamic tradition, the Quran speaks of the heavens and the earth being joined together before being parted, a poetic reflection of the singularity from which the universe emerged. However, while the Big Bang Theory provides a scientific framework for understanding the physical origins of the universe, it also challenges certain literal interpretations of religious texts. For instance, the young Earth creationist view, which interprets the Genesis account as describing a universe only a few thousand years old, stands in stark contrast to the cosmological timescales of billions of years proposed by the Big Bang Theory. This disparity necessitates a more nuanced interpretation of sacred texts, encouraging believers to seek deeper, allegorical, or metaphorical meanings rather than strictly literal ones. The Big Bang Theory also invites us to ponder the cause of the universe's inception. While science describes the how of the universe's beginning, it often leaves the why to the realm of philosophy and theology. The question of what caused the Big Bang, or what existed before it, if such a concept even applies, remains open. This mystery can be seen as a space where faith and science coexist, each offering its own insights and enriching our understanding. Some theologians and scientists find in the Big Bang Theory evidence of a creator. The precise conditions required for the universe to come into being and evolve in such a way that life could eventually emerge suggest, to some, an underlying purpose or design. This fine-tuning argument posits that the fundamental constants and laws of physics are so precisely calibrated that they point to the existence of an intelligent designer. While this is a matter of ongoing debate, it highlights how scientific discoveries can inspire theological reflection. On the other hand, the Big Bang Theory also challenges us to rethink our understanding of divine action. If the universe operates according to natural laws that can be scientifically described, what is the role of a creator? Some argue that God's role is not diminished, but rather found in the establishment and sustaining of these laws. In this view, the regularity and intelligibility of the natural world are seen as expressions of divine will, with science revealing the mechanisms through which God works. The dialogue between the Big Bang Theory and religious narratives of creation encourages a broader and more integrative approach to understanding reality. It calls for a synthesis of scientific and theological perspectives, recognizing that both seek to answer different aspects of the human quest for knowledge and meaning. Science explains the mechanisms and processes of the physical world, while faith addresses the deeper questions of purpose, value, and ultimate reality. The Big Bang Theory both aligns with and challenges traditional religious narratives of creation. It provides a scientifically robust account of the universe's origin, while inviting deeper theological reflection on the nature of creation and the role of a creator. By embracing both scientific inquiry and spiritual wisdom, we can develop a more holistic understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. As we continue to explore the wonders of the universe, let us do so with an open heart and mind, recognizing that the pursuit of truth is enriched by the harmonious interplay of faith and reason. Prominent scientists on faith. Views of modern scientists like Albert Einstein and Francis Collins on faith and science. In our quest to bridge the realms of faith and science, we turn to the insights of prominent scientists who have profoundly influenced our understanding of the universe. Figures such as Albert Einstein and Francis Collins have navigated the delicate interplay between scientific inquiry and spiritual belief, offering perspectives that enrich the dialogue between these two domains. Albert Einstein, perhaps the most iconic scientist of the 20th century, is renowned for his contributions to theoretical physics, particularly his theory of relativity. Yet, Einstein's reflections on faith and science reveal a deep sense of wonder and humility before the mysteries of the universe. While not a believer in a personal God, Einstein often spoke of a cosmic religious feeling, a sense of awe and reverence for the order and harmony of the cosmos. Einstein famously remarked, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." This statement encapsulates his view that science and faith, though distinct in their approaches, complement each other in the quest for truth. For Einstein, science provides a methodical way to understand the natural world, uncovering the laws that govern it. At the same time, he recognized that science alone could not satisfy the human longing for meaning and purpose, a role often filled by religion and spirituality. Einstein's concept of God was more aligned with Spinoza's pantheistic view, seeing God as synonymous with the laws of nature and the underlying order of the universe. This perspective did not diminish his scientific rigor. Rather, it infused his work with a profound sense of purpose and interconnectedness. His acknowledgement of a higher order in the universe, even if not a personal deity, highlights the compatibility between a scientific worldview and a spiritual sense of wonder. In contrast, Francis Collins, a contemporary scientist and a devout Christian, offers a different yet equally compelling perspective. As the director of the National Institutes of Health and the leader of the Human Genome Project, Collins has made significant contributions to our understanding of genetics and human biology. His journey from atheism to faith, chronicled in his book, The Language of God, provides a powerful narrative of the harmony he sees between science and belief in a personal God. Collins's conversion to Christianity was influenced by his encounters with patients who exhibited profound faith despite suffering, as well as by the writings of C.S. Lewis, whose logical and moral arguments for Christianity resonated deeply with him. For Collins, the intricacy and complexity of the human genome, a language of life, serve as a testament to the existence of a divine creator. He views his scientific work as a means of exploring God's creation, seeing no conflict between his rigorous scientific endeavors and his spiritual beliefs. Collins advocates for theistic evolution, the idea that God used the process of evolution to create life in its diversity and complexity. This perspective allows for a synthesis of the evidence for evolution with the belief in a purposeful divine plan. Collins's faith does not detract from his scientific credibility. Rather, it enriches his understanding of the natural world and imbues his research with a deeper sense of meaning. The views of Einstein and Collins, while distinct, illustrate the diverse ways in which scientists can engage with questions of faith. Einstein's cosmic spirituality and Collins's Christian theism both demonstrate that science and faith need not be adversaries. Instead, they can coexist and even complement each other, each offering unique insights into the nature of reality. Moreover, these perspectives challenge the common misconception that science and faith are inherently in conflict. Instead, they reveal that the conflict often arises from rigid interpretations and misunderstandings rather than from the fundamental nature of either domain. By approaching both science and faith with humility and openness, we can appreciate the contributions each makes to our understanding of existence. The reflections of prominent scientists like Albert Einstein and Francis Collins underscore the potential for a harmonious relationship between faith and science. Whether through a sense of cosmic wonder or a belief in a personal God, these scientists exemplify how faith can coexist with, and even enhance, scientific inquiry. Their insights invite us to embrace a holistic approach to knowledge, one that honors both the empirical rigor of science and the profound mysteries addressed by faith. As we continue to explore the intersections of these realms, let us be inspired by their examples to seek truth with both the clarity of reason and the depth of belief. Science and spirituality. How contemporary thinkers reconcile scientific understanding with spiritual beliefs. In our exploration of the intricate dance between science and spirituality, we turn to contemporary thinkers who have sought to harmonize these seemingly disparate realms. These intellectuals and scholars demonstrate that scientific understanding and spiritual beliefs are not mutually exclusive but can indeed complement and enrich each other. One prominent voice in this dialogue is Carl Sagan, an astrophysicist and cosmologist who possessed a profound sense of wonder about the universe. Sagan was an ardent advocate for the scientific method, yet his writings often reflected a deep reverence for the cosmos, which he saw as a source of spiritual awe and inspiration. In his seminal work, Cosmos, Sagan wrote, "Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality." For Sagan, the vastness and complexity of the universe were not just subjects of scientific inquiry, but also profound mysteries that evoked a sense of the sacred. Sagan's perspective exemplifies a form of spirituality grounded in the appreciation of the natural world. This view does not rely on supernatural beliefs, but finds spiritual fulfillment in the contemplation of the cosmos and the quest for knowledge. It suggests that the beauty and order observed in the universe can inspire a spiritual sense of connection and purpose, aligning with the scientific pursuit of understanding. Similarly, the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism, has engaged deeply with the scientific community, particularly in the fields of neuroscience and quantum physics. He has consistently advocated for a dialogue between Buddhism and science, suggesting that both can offer valuable insights into the nature of reality and the human condition. In his book, The Universe in a Single Atom, the Dalai Lama states, "My confidence in venturing into science lies in my basic belief that as in science, so in Buddhism, understanding the nature of reality is pursued by means of critical investigation. The Dalai Lama's approach reflects a willingness to integrate scientific discoveries with spiritual practice. He acknowledges that scientific insights into the workings of the mind and the universe can enhance spiritual understanding and promote well-being. This open-minded engagement with science underscores a belief that truth can be approached from multiple perspectives, each enriching the other. Physicist and theologian John Polkinghorne provides another compelling example of reconciling scientific understanding with spiritual beliefs. Polkinghorne, a former professor of mathematical physics at the University of Cambridge and an ordained Anglican priest, has written extensively on the relationship between science and religion. He argues that both domains seek to answer fundamental questions about existence, though they do so in different ways. Polkinghorne suggests that science and religion are two windows onto the same reality. While science explores the mechanisms and processes of the natural world, religion addresses questions of meaning, purpose, and moral value. In his book, Science and Theology, Polkinghorne posits that the coherence and intelligibility of the universe point to a deeper order, which he interprets as the work of a divine creator. For Polkinghorne, faith and reason are not adversaries but partners in the search for truth. The dialogue between science and spirituality also finds expression in the writings of Rupert Sheldrake, a biologist known for his controversial theories on morphic resonance. Sheldrake challenges conventional scientific paradigms and argues for a more expansive view of consciousness and interconnectedness. In his book, Science and Spiritual Practices, Sheldrake explores how practices such as meditation, gratitude, and pilgrimage can be understood scientifically, while also fostering spiritual growth. Sheldrake's work exemplifies a holistic approach to science and spirituality, suggesting that empirical investigation can inform and be informed by spiritual experiences. He advocates for a science that is open to exploring the mysteries of consciousness and the transcendent, recognizing that such exploration can lead to a richer understanding of reality. Contemporary thinkers like Carl Sagan, the Dalai Lama, John Polkinghorne, and Rupert Sheldrake illustrate that science and spirituality can coexist and complement each other. They show that scientific understanding need not diminish spiritual beliefs, but can instead deepen our appreciation of the mystery and wonder of existence. By fostering a dialogue between these realms, we can embrace a more comprehensive view of reality that honors both the empirical rigor of science and the profound insights of spirituality. As we continue this exploration, let us be inspired by their examples to seek truth with both the clarity of reason and the depth of belief, recognizing that the quest for knowledge and meaning is a journey enriched by the harmonious interplay of science and faith. Science-inspired morality. Discussion on how scientific discoveries influence moral and ethical frameworks. In the rich interplay between faith and science, one of the most profound areas of exploration lies in the ethical and moral implications of scientific discoveries. The impact of science on our understanding of morality is multifaceted, influencing how we perceive right and wrong, how we value life, and how we navigate the complex moral landscapes of modern society. As we delve into this topic, we will uncover how scientific advancements inspire and challenge our ethical frameworks, offering new insights and prompting deep reflection. Scientific discoveries have long influenced our moral and ethical considerations. The advent of evolutionary theory, for instance, has prompted significant reevaluations of human nature and our place in the natural world. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection revealed a continuity between humans and other forms of life, suggesting that we are part of an ongoing process of change and adaptation. This perspective encourages a sense of humility and interconnectedness, challenging anthropocentric views that place humanity at the pinnacle of creation. It also raises important ethical questions about our responsibilities towards other species and the environment. The field of genetics, particularly through the mapping of the human genome, has further expanded our understanding of heredity, health, and identity. As we uncover the genetic underpinnings of various traits and conditions, we are confronted with ethical dilemmas about genetic manipulation, privacy, and discrimination. The potential for gene editing technologies, such as CRISPR, to eliminate genetic diseases or enhance human capabilities, presents a double-edged sword. On one hand, it offers unprecedented opportunities to alleviate suffering and improve quality of life. On the other, it poses significant risks of misuse, inequality, and unintended consequences. These advancements compel us to carefully consider the ethical frameworks that govern their application, balancing innovation with respect for human dignity and justice. The development of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning also presents profound ethical challenges. As AI systems become increasingly sophisticated, capable of making decisions and performing tasks that once required human intelligence, we must grapple with questions about autonomy, accountability, and the nature of consciousness. The deployment of AI in areas such as healthcare, law enforcement, and employment raises concerns about fairness, bias, and the potential for dehumanization. These issues necessitate a reevaluation of our ethical principles, ensuring that they evolve to address the complexities introduced by new technologies. One of the most significant ways in which scientific discoveries influence moral and ethical frameworks is through the lens of medical ethics. Advances in medical science, from organ transplantation to reproductive technologies, continually push the boundaries of what is possible, forcing us to confront difficult moral questions. The principles of medical ethics, autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice, provide a foundation for navigating these challenges, yet they are constantly being tested and refined in light of new developments. Issues such as end-of-life care, genetic screening, and the allocation of scarce medical resources require nuanced ethical considerations that balance individual rights with collective well-being. The exploration of space and the potential for extraterrestrial life also raises profound ethical questions. As we extend our reach beyond Earth, we must consider the moral implications of our actions in space. The discovery of life on other planets, even in its simplest forms, would fundamentally alter our understanding of life's uniqueness and prompt a re-evaluation of our responsibilities towards other life forms. The ethics of planetary protection, the preservation of extraterrestrial environments, and the equitable sharing of space resources are emerging areas of moral inquiry that reflect the expanding scope of human activity. Moreover, scientific discoveries often challenge traditional religious and moral beliefs, prompting reinterpretations and adaptations. The age-old questions about the origins of life, the nature of consciousness, and the fate of the universe are now being explored through the prisms of quantum physics, neuroscience, and cosmology. These scientific insights can inspire a deeper sense of wonder and reverence, encouraging a dialogue between faith and reason. They invite us to expand our moral and ethical horizons, integrating scientific knowledge with spiritual wisdom to address the complex moral issues of our time. The ethical and moral implications of scientific discoveries are vast and multifaceted. As science advances, it continually challenges us to rethink and refine our moral frameworks, ensuring that they remain relevant and responsive to new realities. By fostering a dialogue between science and spirituality, we can develop a more holistic approach to ethics, one that honors both empirical evidence and profound moral insights. As we navigate the ethical landscapes shaped by scientific progress, let us be guided by principles of compassion, justice, and respect for all forms of life, recognizing that the quest for knowledge and the pursuit of moral goodness are intertwined endeavors that enrich our understanding of the world and our place within it. Faith-based ethics: how religious faith informs moral decisions and ethical behavior. In the grand tapestry of human existence, few threads are as intricately woven as those of faith and ethics. Throughout history, religious faith has profoundly influenced moral decisions and ethical behavior, guiding individuals and communities in their pursuit of righteousness, justice, and compassion. As we explore this theme, we will uncover how faith-based ethics provides a foundation for moral conduct and inspires acts of profound goodness and integrity. Religious traditions around the world offer a wealth of moral teachings and ethical guidelines that shape the behavior of their adherents. These teachings often derive from sacred texts, religious laws, and the lives of exemplary figures. For instance, the Judeo-Christian tradition draws heavily from the Ten Commandments and the teachings of Jesus Christ, both of which emphasize principles such as love, honesty, and respect for others. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus presents a vision of moral living that includes virtues like humility, mercy, and peacemaking, which continue to inspire countless individuals in their ethical decision-making. Similarly, in Islam, the teachings of the Quran and the Hadith provide comprehensive moral and ethical guidance. The 5 pillars of Islam, faith, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, and pilgrimage, embody a framework for ethical living that fosters spiritual growth and social responsibility. The concept of taqwa, or God consciousness, encourages Muslims to live with a constant awareness of God's presence, guiding their actions towards what is right and just. Hinduism, with its rich philosophical traditions, offers a nuanced understanding of ethics through the concepts of dharma, duty, righteousness, and karma, the law of cause and effect. The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu text, emphasizes the importance of performing one's duties selflessly and with integrity, reflecting a moral vision that integrates personal growth with social harmony. Buddhism, too, provides profound ethical teachings, particularly through the Noble Eightfold Path, which includes right understanding, right intention, and right action, among others. These principles guide Buddhists towards ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, fostering a life of compassion and nonviolence. Faith-based ethics not only provide a moral compass, but also inspire acts of altruism and social justice. Many religious traditions emphasize the importance of caring for the marginalized and oppressed. For example, the concept of tikkun olam in Judaism, which means repairing the world, encourages Jews to engage in social action and work towards the betterment of society. Similarly, the Christian concept of agape, or selfless love, motivates believers to serve others with unconditional compassion. The influence of faith on ethical behavior is also evident in the establishment of charitable organizations, hospitals, schools, and social services by religious communities. These institutions often arise from a deep-seated belief in the inherent dignity and worth of every individual, reflecting the moral imperatives of their faith. However, it is essential to acknowledge that faith-based ethics can also be a source of tension and conflict, particularly when different moral frameworks clash. Throughout history, religious convictions have sometimes led to ethical dilemmas and disagreements, challenging communities to find common ground and mutual respect. In such cases, dialogue and understanding become crucial, allowing individuals to learn from one another and seek ethical solutions that honor diverse perspectives. Moreover, the interplay between faith and reason is vital in navigating the complexities of modern ethical issues. Advances in science and technology, such as genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, and climate change, present new moral challenges that require thoughtful consideration. Faith-based ethics can contribute valuable insights into these debates, emphasizing principles such as the sanctity of life, stewardship of creation, and the common good. For instance, the Catholic Church's teachings on bioethics, as articulated in documents like Humanae Vitae and Laudato Si, provide a framework for addressing issues related to human dignity, the environment, and social justice. These teachings call for a balance between scientific progress and ethical responsibility, highlighting the importance of protecting vulnerable populations and preserving the integrity of creation. Similarly, Islamic bioethics, grounded in the principles of Sharia, Islamic law, offers guidance on issues such as organ transplantation, reproductive technologies, and end-of-life care. These ethical considerations are rooted in the values of compassion, justice, and the sanctity of life, reflecting a holistic approach to moral decision-making. Faith-based ethics play a crucial role in informing moral decisions and ethical behavior. They provide a foundation of values and principles that guide individuals and communities in their pursuit of goodness, justice, and compassion. By drawing on the rich moral teachings of religious traditions, individuals can navigate the complexities of modern life with a sense of purpose and integrity. As we continue to explore the intersections of faith and ethics, let us be inspired by the timeless wisdom of our spiritual heritage, recognizing that the pursuit of moral excellence is a journey enriched by both faith and reason. Testimonies of belief. Stories from individuals who integrate faith and scientific understanding in their lives. In the journey of human understanding, personal experiences often serve as the richest wells of wisdom. Within the narrative of faith and science, numerous individuals have found ways to harmonize these realms, drawing strength from both to navigate the complexities of life. Their stories provide us with compelling testimonies of belief, illustrating how scientific discoveries can deepen and enhance faith. Consider the story of Dr. Francis Collins, a renowned geneticist and the leader of the Human Genome Project. Raised in a home devoid of strong religious influence, Collins initially identified as an agnostic. However, his encounters with patients who exhibited profound faith in the face of suffering began to challenge his purely scientific worldview. Intrigued, he embarked on a journey of exploration, seeking to understand the basis of their faith. This quest led him to the writings of C.S. Lewis, whose logical and moral arguments for Christianity resonated deeply with him. Collins's work in genetics revealed to him the intricate complexity and beauty of the human genome, which he came to view as the language of God. His scientific discoveries did not diminish his faith. Rather, they reinforced it, providing him with a deeper appreciation of the divine craftsmanship underlying life. Today, Collins advocates for theistic evolution, the belief that God uses the process of evolution to create life. His testimony exemplifies how scientific understanding can coexist with and even bolster religious faith, leading to a more profound sense of awe and wonder. Similarly, Dr. John Polkinghorne, a physicist turned Anglican priest, offers a powerful narrative of integration between science and faith. Polkinghorne's distinguished career in quantum physics provided him with insights into the fundamental workings of the universe. However, his sense of purpose and meaning transcended the empirical data, leading him to explore theological studies. Ordained as a priest, Polkinghorne has since become a prominent voice in the dialogue between science and religion, advocating for a harmonious relationship between the two. Polkinghorne argues that science and religion address different dimensions of human experience. While science explains the mechanisms of the natural world, religion offers answers to questions of purpose and meaning. His life and work illustrate that embracing both perspectives can lead to a richer, more holistic understanding of existence. Polkinghorne's journey highlights how faith can be informed and enriched by scientific inquiry, fostering a deeper engagement with both the physical and spiritual dimensions of life. In another compelling testimony, Dr. Alistair McGrath, a biochemist and theologian, recounts his journey from atheism to Christianity. Initially convinced that science and faith were incompatible, McGrath's extensive studies in molecular biology and the history of science led him to reconsider his position. He discovered that many of the greatest scientists in history, including Isaac Newton and James Clerk Maxwell, were deeply religious individuals who saw their scientific work as a means of understanding God's creation. McGrath's conversion to Christianity was influenced by the realization that scientific discoveries did not undermine faith, but rather revealed the grandeur of the divine. As a theologian, he has dedicated his life to exploring the interplay between science and religion, arguing that they offer complementary insights into the nature of reality. His testimony underscores the possibility of a dynamic and mutually enriching relationship between scientific understanding and religious belief. These stories, among many others, reveal that the perceived conflict between science and faith is not an inevitable divide, but a challenge that can be overcome. Individuals who integrate both perspectives in their lives often find that their scientific pursuits enhance their spiritual insights and vice versa. The testimonies of Collins, Polkinghorne, and McGrath demonstrate that it is possible to engage deeply with both realms, drawing from each to enrich the other. Challenges and resolutions. Personal struggles with reconciling faith and science and how they were resolved. The journey of reconciling faith and science is often fraught with challenges. Many individuals encounter moments of doubt and tension as they navigate the complexities of these two domains. However, the process of grappling with these challenges can lead to profound personal growth and deeper understanding. One common challenge faced by individuals is the perceived conflict between scientific evidence and religious teachings. For instance, the theory of evolution and the concept of a young Earth as suggested by a literal interpretation of some religious texts can appear irreconcilable. This was a significant struggle for Dr. Deborah Harzma, an astronomer and the president of BioLogos, an organization that promotes the harmony between science and biblical faith. Raised in a Christian home, Harzma initially found it difficult to reconcile her scientific knowledge with her faith. However, through extensive study and dialogue with other scientists and theologians, she came to understand that the Bible need not be read as a scientific textbook, but rather as a theological and moral guide. This realization allowed her to embrace both her faith and her scientific understanding, seeing them as complementary rather than contradictory. Another challenge involves the ethical implications of scientific advancements. For example, developments in genetic engineering and reproductive technologies raise complex moral questions that can be difficult to navigate. Dr. Jennifer Doudna, a pioneer in the development of CRISPR gene editing technology, has openly discussed the ethical dilemmas associated with her work. Doudna, who comes from a background that respects both science and spirituality, has called for a global dialogue to address these issues, emphasizing the need for ethical guidelines that reflect both scientific responsibility and moral considerations. Her approach highlights the importance of integrating ethical reflections with scientific advancements, ensuring that progress is guided by a commitment to human dignity and the common good. Personal struggles with faith and science often involve moments of profound doubt and questioning. Dr. Elaine Howard Eklund, a sociologist who studies the relationship between science and religion, found herself questioning her faith while conducting research on scientists' beliefs. Her interviews with scientists revealed a diverse range of views, from atheism to devout faith, and challenged her assumptions about the incompatibility of science and religion. Through her research, Eklund discovered that many scientists are open to dialogue and find ways to integrate their scientific work with their spiritual beliefs. This realization helped her reconcile her own faith with her academic pursuits, illustrating that doubt and questioning can be catalysts for deeper understanding and integration. These personal narratives underscore the dynamic and evolving nature of the relationship between faith and science. Challenges and struggles are inherent in this journey, but they also provide opportunities for growth and reconciliation. By engaging deeply with both scientific and religious perspectives, individuals can navigate the complexities of this relationship, finding resolutions that enrich their understanding and enhance their sense of purpose. The personal experiences of individuals who integrate faith and scientific understanding in their lives offer powerful testimonies of belief. Their stories reveal that science and faith can coexist harmoniously, each enriching the other in the pursuit of truth. The challenges encountered in this journey, whether intellectual, ethical, or personal, can lead to profound insights and deeper faith. As we reflect on these testimonies, let us be inspired by their courage and wisdom, recognizing that the dialogue between faith and science is not only possible but also profoundly enriching. Education and awareness: the role of faith and science in education systems. In the arena of education, faith and science often find themselves at a crossroads, each bearing the torch of enlightenment in its own distinctive manner. The interplay between these two spheres in educational systems is not merely a matter of academic inquiry. It is a profound quest for a holistic understanding of existence. By integrating both perspectives, we can cultivate minds that are not only knowledgeable, but also wise, fostering a comprehensive understanding of the world. From the very inception of formal education, the aim has been to illuminate the paths of knowledge, guiding young minds towards the light of truth. Historically, Many of the earliest educational institutions were founded by religious organizations, which saw education as a means to understand both the divine and the natural world. The medieval universities of Europe, for instance, were often rooted in Christian thought, where theology was considered the queen of the sciences, guiding and complementing other fields of study. In modern times, the relationship between faith and science in education continues to evolve. Schools and universities that incorporate both scientific inquiry and religious studies provide students with a broader framework for understanding the world. They encourage critical thinking and ethical reflection, allowing students to grapple with the profound questions of existence and morality. By promoting dialogue between faith and science, these educational systems help students develop a balanced perspective, recognizing the value of empirical evidence as well as spiritual wisdom. An integrated educational approach can lead to a more comprehensive understanding of the world. For example, students studying biology can also explore ethical questions related to genetics and biotechnology, guided by moral principles derived from religious traditions. Similarly, those studying cosmology can contemplate the philosophical implications of the universe's origins, inspired by theological insights into creation. This interdisciplinary approach fosters a deeper appreciation for the complexities of life and the universe, encouraging students to seek truth in all its dimensions. Moreover, promoting both faith and science in education can inspire a sense of purpose and responsibility. Science education emphasizes the pursuit of knowledge and the application of that knowledge for the betterment of society. When coupled with faith-based ethics, it can also instill values such as compassion, stewardship, and justice. Students learn not only to understand the natural world, but also to care for it, recognizing their role as stewards of creation. Social and cultural influence. Examination of how faith and scientific progress influence societal values and cultural norms. The influence of faith and scientific progress extends beyond the classroom, permeating the very fabric of society and shaping cultural norms. Throughout history, both faith and science have played pivotal roles in molding the values and ethical frameworks that govern human behavior. Their interplay has often driven social change, inspiring movements for justice, equality, and human dignity. Religious faith, with its rich tapestry of moral teachings, has long been a source of inspiration for social reform. The abolition of slavery, the civil rights movement, and various humanitarian efforts have been deeply rooted in religious convictions. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., whose faith fueled his commitment to justice and equality, exemplify the powerful role that religious belief can play in shaping societal values. Faith-based organizations continue to be at the forefront of efforts to address social issues such as poverty, education, and healthcare, guided by principles of compassion and service. At the same time, scientific progress has profoundly influenced cultural norms and societal values. The Enlightenment, with its emphasis on reason and empirical evidence, challenged traditional authority and paved the way for modern democratic ideals. Scientific discoveries have revolutionized our understanding of the world, leading to advancements in medicine, technology, and environmental stewardship. These developments have not only improved the quality of life, but also raised ethical questions about the responsible use of scientific knowledge. The intersection of faith and science can create a dynamic space for ethical reflection and societal progress. For instance, the ethical debates surrounding genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, and climate change often draw on both scientific evidence and religious principles. Faith traditions can offer moral guidance on the responsible use of technology, emphasizing the dignity of human life and the integrity of creation. Science, in turn, provides the empirical foundation for addressing these complex issues, informing policies and practices that promote the common good. In contemporary society, the dialogue between faith and science can also foster a sense of unity and common purpose. In an increasingly polarized world, where divisions often run deep, the integration of faith and scientific understanding can bridge gaps and build mutual respect. By recognizing the contributions of both perspectives, we can cultivate a more inclusive and compassionate society where diverse beliefs and ideas are valued. Furthermore, the cultural narratives shaped by faith and science can inspire a collective vision for the future. Stories of scientific discovery, from the exploration of space to the mapping of the human genome, capture the imagination and drive innovation. When these narratives are infused with a sense of spiritual purpose and ethical responsibility, they can motivate individuals and communities to work towards a more just and sustainable world. The impact of faith and science on education and society is profound and multifaceted. By promoting both perspectives in educational systems, we can nurture minds that are well-equipped to navigate the complexities of the modern world, guided by both knowledge and wisdom. In the broader cultural context, the interplay between faith and scientific progress can shape societal values and norms, driving social change and fostering a sense of unity and purpose. As we continue to explore the intersections of faith and science, let us embrace the rich insights they offer, recognizing that together they can illuminate the path to a more enlightened and compassionate future. In the vast tapestry of human progress, faith has often acted as a catalyst, sparking scientific advancements and ethical considerations that shape our world. The relationship between faith and innovation is not merely historical, but is actively present, influencing contemporary scientific endeavors and guiding future explorations. Throughout history, many scientific breakthroughs have been driven by individuals whose faith inspired their work. One notable example is the geneticist and devout Christian, Gregor Mendel, whose experiments with pea plants laid the foundation for modern genetics. Mendel's monastic life did not hinder his scientific curiosity. Rather, it provided a framework within which he could explore the intricacies of heredity. His faith and scientific inquiry were not at odds. Instead, they complemented each other, leading to profound discoveries that continue to influence biology today. In the field of astronomy, faith has also played a significant role. Georges Lemaitre, a Belgian priest and physicist, proposed the Big Bang theory, a groundbreaking idea that revolutionized our understanding of the universe's origins. Lemaitre saw no conflict between his religious beliefs and his scientific pursuits. His faith in a divine creator did not contradict his scientific observations. Instead, it inspired him to delve deeper into the mysteries of creation, bridging the gap between cosmology and theology. In contemporary times, this interplay between faith and science continues to drive innovation. Consider the ethical considerations in biomedical research, where religious principles often guide decisions on issues such as genetic modification, stem cell research, and cloning. These ethical frameworks, rooted in faith, ensure that scientific advancements are pursued with a sense of moral responsibility, safeguarding human dignity and the sanctity of life. Faith-based organizations and initiatives are also at the forefront of technological advancements aimed at addressing global challenges. For instance, numerous faith-driven NGOs leverage scientific innovations to combat poverty, improve healthcare, and promote sustainable development. Their work is a testament to how faith can inspire technological solutions that uplift communities and foster social justice. As we look towards the future, the dialogue between faith and science is not static, but ever-evolving. This conversation is dynamic, reflecting the changing landscapes of both scientific understanding and theological thought. It is a dialogue that adapts, grows, and enriches our collective quest for truth. One area where this evolving dialogue is particularly evident is in the realm of environmental stewardship. Faith traditions across the globe increasingly emphasize the moral imperative to care for the earth, a call that resonates deeply with scientific concerns about climate change and ecological sustainability. This convergence of faith and science fosters collaborative efforts to address environmental crises, highlighting the shared responsibility of preserving the planet for future generations. Furthermore, the integration of artificial intelligence and digital technology into daily life presents new ethical and philosophical questions. Faith communities are engaging in these discussions, exploring the implications of AI on human identity, privacy, and ethics. Their insights contribute to shaping policies and practices that ensure technological advancements align with humane and ethical standards. The future dialogue between faith and science will likely continue to explore the nature of consciousness and the human experience. As neuroscientific research delves deeper into the mysteries of the mind, questions about the soul, free will, and spiritual experiences will arise. Faith traditions, with their rich philosophical and theological heritage, will offer valuable perspectives, enriching scientific discourse and expanding our understanding of human nature. Predictions on future trends suggest that interdisciplinary collaboration will become increasingly common. Scholars, scientists, and theologians will work together more closely, breaking down silos and fostering a holistic approach to knowledge. This collaborative spirit will lead to innovations that are not only technically advanced but also ethically sound and spiritually meaningful. In education, the integration of faith and science will likely shape curricula that nurture both critical thinking and moral reasoning. Students will be encouraged to explore the natural world with scientific rigor while reflecting on the ethical and spiritual dimensions of their discoveries. This balanced approach will prepare future generations to navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world with wisdom and integrity. The ongoing dialogue between faith and science will also play a crucial role in promoting global peace and understanding. As diverse cultures and religions interact, mutual respect and dialogue between different worldviews will foster a sense of unity and shared purpose. Faith and science, when harmoniously integrated, can act as powerful forces for reconciliation, guiding humanity towards a more just and compassionate world. The future directions of faith and science are intertwined in a rich, dynamic tapestry. Innovations inspired by faith and the evolving dialogue between these spheres will continue to shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the future, let us embrace this dialogue with open hearts and minds, recognizing that both faith and science are integral to the pursuit of truth and the flourishing of humanity. As we draw to a close, let us revisit the key themes we have explored in this journey of understanding the interplay between faith and logic. We embarked on a quest to examine whether faith, often seen as a leap beyond reason, can coexist with the rigorous demands of logic. Our exploration began with defining faith, that unwavering confidence in what we hope for, a conviction about things unseen, as eloquently described in the Epistle to the Hebrews. We then ventured into the realm of logic, tracing its roots back to the ancient philosophers, who laid the groundwork for systematic reasoning. Through historical lenses, we witnessed how faith and logic have not only coexisted, but have often complemented each other, each enriching our quest for truth. We dispelled common misconceptions about their supposed conflict, highlighting instead their harmonious potential. Reflecting on the enduring significance of this dialogue, we recognize that faith and science are not adversaries, but partners in our pursuit of understanding. The scientific studies on belief showed us that faith can positively influence mental and physical well-being, and even empirical evidence points to the profound impact of prayer and spirituality on health. We saw how cognitive science and neuroscience offer insights into how the brain processes religious experiences, further bridging the gap between the spiritual and the scientific. Our exploration into interdisciplinary research revealed that faith has often inspired scientific advancements. From the evolutionary development of religious belief to the profound intersections between modern physics and cosmology, with concepts of a higher power, we find a tapestry woven with both strands of faith and reason. As we conclude, I invite you, dear viewer, to engage with this ongoing dialogue. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback and suggestions for future topics are invaluable to us. Let us continue to explore together, learning and growing in both faith and understanding. A prayer for the harmony of faith and reason. O Heavenly Father, Creator of all that is seen and unseen, we come before you with hearts full of awe and reverence for the mysteries of your creation. Grant us the wisdom to perceive the wonders of the world around us, and the faith to see your hand in all things, both great and small. As we navigate the realms of science and belief, help us to understand that these are not separate paths, but intertwined roads leading to the same ultimate truth. We begin our day, O Lord, with a quest for knowledge and understanding. In the pursuit of scientific discovery, may we never lose sight of the deeper spiritual truths that guide our existence. Let our minds be open to the logic and reason that unveil the workings of the universe, while our hearts remain steadfast in the faith that sustains us through life's mysteries. In the beauty of nature, we see your divine artistry. The vast expanse of the heavens declares your glory, and the intricate details of the smallest creatures speak of your boundless creativity. As we explore the laws of physics and the wonders of biology, may we see these not merely as mechanical processes, but as reflections of your infinite wisdom. Grant us, O Lord, the courage to approach the unknown with humility and trust. In the face of complex scientific theories and challenging questions, let us find comfort in the knowledge that you are the source of all truth. May our pursuit of understanding be fueled by a desire to know you more deeply, and may our faith be strengthened by the revelations of science. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the gift of reason. It is through the application of logic and critical thinking that we are able to uncover the mysteries of your creation. Yet we acknowledge that reason alone cannot satisfy the deepest longings of the human heart. We need faith to bridge the gaps that reason cannot fill and to provide meaning and purpose to our discoveries. Help us to see, O Lord, that faith and reason are not in opposition, but are complementary. Just as two wings lift a bird to the skies, faith and reason together elevate the human spirit to greater heights of understanding. Let us embrace this harmony in our lives, allowing both our intellect and our spirit to flourish. As we study the empirical evidence of science, may we be reminded of your presence in every aspect of creation. In the study of the stars and galaxies, let us marvel at the vastness of your power. In the examination of the human mind and its capacity for belief, may we see the imprint of your image. Let our scientific endeavors lead us to a greater appreciation of the divine and inspire us to live lives of wonder and gratitude. We pray for the researchers and scientists who dedicate their lives to uncovering the secrets of the universe. Bless their work, O Lord, and guide their minds and hearts. May they seek knowledge not for its own sake, but to better understand the world you have made and to serve humanity with their discoveries. Grant them the humility to recognize the limits of human understanding and the openness to consider the spiritual dimensions of their work. For those who struggle to reconcile their faith with scientific knowledge, we ask for your guidance and peace. Help them to see that faith is not a rejection of reason, but a fulfillment of it. May they find solace in the knowledge that many great thinkers have walked this path before them, discovering harmony between their belief in you and their understanding of the natural world. We also pray for educators who have the important task of teaching the next generation about the wonders of science and the depths of faith. Grant them wisdom and patience as they nurture curious minds and open hearts. May they inspire their students to seek truth in all its forms and to appreciate the beauty of a life lived in harmony with both faith and reason. As we go about our daily lives, let us carry this prayer in our hearts. In every question we ponder, in every discovery we make, may we see your guiding hand. Let our lives be a testament to the harmony of faith and reason, showing the world that it is possible to believe deeply and think critically, to trust in divine mysteries while exploring the natural world. We offer this prayer in the spirit of seeking and knowing, of believing and understanding. In the name of your Son, who embodies the perfect union of divine and human, we pray. Amen.